Ciao traders and welcome. So today we have YouTube video ideas using psychological levels in cold chart. So firstly, what is psychology? It's a massive thing, but we have to understand psychology is inside ourselves, and then this one, the trading, the charts, it's something else. It's not inside you. You're looking the trading, it's in the computer. First of all, don't mix those two things. They are very separately. And why we see it's like all very familiar, because those movements are from human mind. Because even if there is a bunch of algorithms and EIs trading here, like all those are still developed by human mind. No matter what, the psychology is absolutely everywhere. At the same time, we have millions and millions and millions individual traders here every single day. So by the market, we have, first of all, let's go in gold. First of all, we have numbers 00, 250, 500, 750, and then 00 again. For example, here, the last video, I was saying when the price was touching that 4,000 flat level and the price was moving downsides. So we are other sides. We are not below, we are above it. This is the one thing. And now we have to understand one more thing a little bit more deeply, maybe. It's just a trading. It's just a chart. All those psychology levels are there because we are here. Every single level is there because we are here. Every single, all those 1 million, 2 million, 3 million individual traders, they are entering trades every single, maybe second, even all that candlestick is full of trades. Sell, sells, buys, buys, sell, sells, buys, 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 sell, 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 buys. It's full of. And now you have to understand more those sells or buys are stepping in, something is gonna change. But now thinking what that human can think in that time when he entered the cell, or that time, or that time, or even that time, or that, or that, or that, or that. Because every time there is more information, but still there is massive action. Every single time trades are just massively jumping in, buys or sells, buys or sells. That's why we are thinking there is a lot to do with the psychology. Of course there is, but there isn't too. It's not. Because as soon as when you talk about psychology, most likely we want to put a lot of emotions in. Most likely. But here's the thing. With the trading, like I do not recommend to put any emotions in. Like it's too crazy journey if you put your emotions in there. One wisdom here, everything is yes or no. Everything more is noise. And if you are confused, you have a wrong question. Everything is yes or no. Everything more is noise. And if you are confused, so the meaning is you have wrong question in your mind. Because if you have right question, it's yes or no. So how many times you are confused in the market? Every single time when you're confused in the markets, you have wrong question, and most likely you are, if you want to enter the trade, you're going to enter the wrong side of it. Because if you understand, when you are becoming so sharp there is only yes or no, you don't even look psychology at all. It's just pure logic now. So those are the numbers. We have structural psychology. And this one is when you have floor and then bounce, 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 bounce. Clearly, there's something going on there. So that's your ceiling. And now we're going above it, and the same ceiling is becoming floor again. Ceiling, and so on. So this is here psychology about the structure. Because if you put your own emotions inside in real life, this here is your support and this here is your resistance. If you overcome that, it's becoming, that's your original support, that's your another support. Again, resistance, fear. If you understand it, again, and more you grow, that's your life. The same thing is here too, because we are simply human beings. All this is happening here too. Just simply by looking at, you can see already so many information there. Just look where the wicks are, look how the candlesticks are closing. And that's it. Like for example, if you're looking something sharply, like for example what we're doing here. So we are looking right now psychology about structure. And if you're going, for example, backtesting that, just doing that only one thing. Just doing that, don't look any candlestick patterns or all those impulsives. Don't look those at all. If you wanna learn that, just go here and only look that. Otherwise, too many noise again. If you wanna look the numbers, just go backtesting numbers. Learn those skill set or your tools one by one. And that's it. There is no more. That's it. One side, what we have, our inside the human mind. And the other thing is what we see through that screen. It's very important to realize those two things are very, very separate. Don't fall in love, don't fall in love with the trading. Those are very, very separate things. And then we have the patterns. There is psychology behind it too, and very strong one. And of course, the best ones are W's. Those are the sharp ones. Especially with the gold. Then you have classic classic ones. And the psychology is exactly the same place again. So here you have to look. Oh yeah, here you have to look what we did here, and then through that you can mirroring the whole movement here. Same with the here. That's just a simple way how you're gonna use it. Overall, I don't see like there is so many details and angles and because you have to understand if there is like for example if there is 1 million traders, there is 1 million angles to look at trading. Like I have a question. How much longer are you going to avoid what you are capable of doing? Because sooner or later you understand it's you against you. It's not like against you, but that's what's going on. You have to realize in this life a few things to understand. But the thing is, if you understand, you're going a little bit more deeper, more and more and more. That's just what is happening here. If you understand that level here, you're going the next one, and you're going the next one, and next one, through your whole life. But imagine if you have like 1 million steps to go higher, and if you stop like first 25, and you never, coming anymore. That's pure sadness there in that case. And the sadness is because in the moment there is so many things what you don't even see because your mind is even not there to realize those things are front of our face every single day. But you just didn't you know you just didn't know how to see or listen or all those things. How much longer are you going to avoid what you are capable of doing? That's my question. If you understand it's you against yourself, your trading will improve by day. You will be completely next person the next day if you just understand that one little thing. and then you understand about everything what you see through that screen about trading, about psychology, is to understand, to take yourself out of it. Because if you're inside there, you are inside there with all that noise and with all your emotions. And oof, you don't want to be there. Just take your emotions out there. Just try it every day until you understand to take your emotions out. It is necessary. That's the one about the psychology. That's the main thing. If you're still there with your own emotions, you have path to walk, and it's gonna be the long one. But I think you don't wanna give up. I'm pretty sure of that. I'm pretty sure of that. But through that, you have still so many levels to go if you understand the emotions part. Because if you want to trade super cleanly by your muscle memory, there is a bunch of levels to go, and those are just the trading levels. But the thing is, if you are not there with your own life, you know, churching on those, those deeper levels, because everything about trading is so deep in the noise. It's a bit of work to 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 go through that noise, and every single questions what you have inside that noise to answer yes or no. It's a heavy work, and it's take mostly years and years and years if you are 100% in. If you are here with just, trading is your hobby, I think it's gonna be a bit different. If you're here to make profit, that's a totally different level. Of course, in halfway already you can figure out some way how you can be profitable, because you see something. It's a totally different question. Everything here is from my mind, and I'm searching around all the time. Because the thing is, I'm not searching around about the trading. I'm searching around in my own mind, and every time when I found something in my own life, and I found something, and I found something, and I found something, then I'm open the trading and look in that chart, and I'm like, oh wait, what? Okay, there is something totally new. Okay, what is going on here? I'm gonna zoom in, and then I'm realizing all those new things what I just discovered in my own mind. They are like showing a bit of light on what actually happened there. They're they're there to support and guide and help you if you have a question, or help you or guide you if you are inside bit of noise. You can still, for example, you can still look through that whole one leg movement, and you just say, oh, it's a one leg movement overall. That's 100% true. But through the life, if you're growing and understanding and learning, you will be every single candlestick you understand exactly why we break here, why we break here, why we was going there, why we have this wick, and why we create this bottom here. Like you have one side with all that information, what is purely in your muscle memory, or the other side is just one leg structure. Both are super good, and with both sides you can be very profitable. But I think me personally, I'm in the other side because I'm doing so much more, uh, let's say, back testing in real life, in actual life. And every time when I learn something new, or I understand more the society and the nature, when I'm seeing that, oh, I just learned something new and I see that here. And then if I going back, I see the same thing here, 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 here. The more you have those, I see the same thing here, same thing here, you start seeing a lot of things. And if you're understanding why we make those movements, it's very, very helpful to take the trades without no emotions. And if you take trades without no emotions, there's gonna be the time when you just, put a few extra lot size there because why not? And there's the journey start. But at the same time, you have to be a little bit careful too, because it's very easy to broke everything, your whole maybe life even, because out of randomly you have all that profit. But you have to understand all that profit, it is a material reality. It's just a paper. It is just a paper. Again, don't fall in love with it. Same with the trading. Because if you do that, there is gonna be a bunch of emotions and bunch of noise, and there is place or time or something, everything in the moment, even the smallest things can change everything so fast you don't even realize it. Can happen super fast. If, for example, if you did hard work, for example, years to go what to go that point, it can be so fast down there, and you can see the same movement happening in the trades all the time because it is a real thing. It's a very real thing. Oh, yesterday I take the sell today morning TP hit, but the reason, talking about psychology, so the reason why I take that is so we can see when we just take this area here and we take this area here. One is under, one is above it. And now price is above it, going, and you can see we are creating a bearish pattern here. Now the price is going back under. You can see price is back here, and price is going back the other side. But here, if you look in the structure, you can see all those holding here. You can do the same thing here. The price is getting rejected. Like 1, 2, 3, 4 times we try to go above it, and the next behavior, the price is going back under. So this place for me, it's already super solid to push lower. And now you can see this place was so strong, we break the lows of previous structure what was holding. Now price is bouncing. We go now back the same place above it, and we can see the price didn't even reach that place here, and we broke the lows again. Price is going back. Before that we have pretty strong wick moving downside. Price is holding, and price is going back the same place. And now, so previously here, same thing is pushing down, and now we have almost like the higher time frame break and retest. So it's again very solid information. It's going downside, and you can see the first momentum here, we break all those lows here. So by idea, by logic, the sells in the moment of here, it is much better, or the probability is higher than the buys. For example, we can take the buy side and following the structure what is here, because you can see the structure was doing after this movement. We have movement down, movement up, and movement down. This is the impulsive movement what we get after this movement. You know, when we touch this one, that was the movement. So we touch this one here, and we can see we have the same impulsive leg downside. Like those are the same. And then we have a W structure following by other W. And here we can see we have a W structure following by other. So to taking the buy side, retest, going back to the highs. You can see this retest here, the first touch what we have, it add impact to move price all the way back up here. So it was still a solid. But with the patient, you can see, first of all, the movement was super impulsive. Second of all, you have the continuation pattern. What is overall, you can see prices. So it's a continuation pattern of sells. But why I did that is because what we was just talking about gold, we have M pattern for the cells. We have M pattern, boom, 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 close under, retest here, and goes. Break and retest, break and retest. And we're going back to the structure what we have, and that's the structure what we have down here. And you're gonna go by principle in the bottom. and no more involved. No noise, no emotions. It's just there, and it's very important to hold this information in your mind. It's very important because if you've been living with all those emotions every day, you know exactly what the price is doing because you've been there every single day looking what the price is doing. Like all those trades what we've been taking, it's inside the same movement, and the based of that trade I have all this information in my mind because it's all like helping me and guiding me a little bit. It's there, it's like more brightly there, like the decision is more brightly there to take. To push that button in your phone. So that's the psychology. And then all the other things, for example, what is going on here. So all this information is from the philosophy, the life, the life philosophy. You can see how the things are happening and happening and happening and happening again and again, again. Price don't break the highs, price is breaking the lows. Don't break the highs, break the lows, don't break the highs. And then, now we break the lows, but you can see it's there happening. Again, the bigger picture is very, very important because overall, when you're looking that top, for example, if you're looking that bottom and that top, that's all the information what you need. So all those trades after that point inside, for example, okay, every all the information what's inside here and inside here that you need to look. You don't need any of this information here. First of all, it's good to be patient because more you have this information inside your mind, then then you can take those trades more calmly. Like for example, you can wait all this maybe and take to that sell here, and that's it. But I bet you that sell is so sharp, you you most likely add a few lots there, and that's it. You kind of don't need more. But if you're trading like tens of trades, it with with all these emotions and you know the the price action there, oof, there is gonna be too much noise. Everything is yes or no. Everything more is noise. And if you're confused, you have wrong question in your mind. Because if you have right question, it's yes or no. And when the question is yes or no, you most likely will understand it. But try to find those yes or no's inside yourself, and that's the most important thing. Like for example, one thing to understand is to understanding who you are. Because I said before, if we have 1 million traders, there is 1 million ways to trade. Same with here. You're listening me, but I'm speaking purely about everything what I have in my mind, like how I see it. But we all have different lives, so we all see the different angles. We are reaching and end up most like in the same places, but we have our own paths. Every single one have their own paths, and very very important is to find that one, because that's your angle how you are gonna look the trading, or that's the angle how you are succeed with the trading in that word, using that word. It's very important to find that first. If you're here in the trading and you don't understand absolutely almost anything, that's a life question. You don't have purpose, and you don't have answers of those big fundamental questions. So that means keep going with your life, and the trading is not gonna go nowhere. And if you're here to purely just, you know, hurting your mind and your brain and just want money, it's never gonna happen. Absolutely never. Never, never, never. But the thing is, like, we all are going top of the mountain, and we all have our own paths. But the thing is, for example, if I'm right now here and you are right now here, we are still going in the same direction, but just in a different angle. And that's it. Like, we both are exactly the same place, but we are looking things in different angle. So it's very important to you find your own purpose or your own way how you see the life first. Because my life, it's been through purely, let's say, psychology and then philosophy. Like how you grown up, and then, kid, child, adult, and then man, those levels. It's like, for me, it was that angle. For you, that angle. For you, that angle. For you, that angle. Because if you found your purpose and if you found your angle, there is much less noise. Much less noise. And that, again, if much less noise, the trading is becoming much, smoother. Like pebbles in the stream. Be a pebble in the stream. Like, for example, be a pebble in the stream. With that code, every single person sees that thing differently. But if it's helping you, or gives you another question, or if you have the same question but through that there is something more in that question, those are places to go and look a little bit, because there is definitely something. Otherwise, you will not be there in the first place. But if there is more questions, I will happy to answer. And thank you for watching, and I will see you next video. Oh, and it's Friday. Yeah. So do something awesome. For example, go swim. Do it. We have air here right now, -degrees, and it's snow. So the swim is pretty breeze. But yeah, enjoy. Take time with your friends, family, and take care of yourself. Thank you and ciao.